And in fact, I think you brought up another very interesting point. The mind is completely silent, but yet being able to do and perform the duties. In fact, I think Sunitama is an epitome of that, because we see her, in fact, ancient yogic wisdom calls this state Samadhi state. Samadhi state is where the mind is in a state of equilibrium. In our day-to-day life, you look at our lives, we'll be doing stuff, but we are not fully present there. Our mind is wandering constantly somewhere, which means the field of mind is always going up and down and up and down. And there are many emotions that also go through in that field of mind. So if you imagine mind as a lake, right? It's supposed to be like calm and clean and pure and still. But imagine you throw a few stones in that lake, what happens?
Yes.
There are ripples, there is chaos, there is movement everywhere. Waveriness, exactly. That's the right word. And we all function with that wavery mind. And no wonder our lives are, filled with unhappiness, suffering, pain, because we are stuck in that wavery mind.
Like you said, always duality.
Duality, beautiful. You brought another very powerful word there. Duality of going between pain and pleasure, happiness and sadness. And the duality causes that waveriness, and that waveriness creates turbulence. And with that turbulence, we are functioning in the world. Whereas a trained mind, which has gone through the Sukshma meditation process, where the cleaning happens, the mind comes to that stillness. Yes. And many people ask, how can you still function in that stillness? I'm like, that is actually the right way of functioning in the world.
Now I know that.
The difference is, before Sukshma, your mind is using you.
Yes.
After Sukshma, you are using the mind as a best tool to perform the duties of your life. See how the roles reversed?
Yes.
Before you were a slave, your mind was a master. Now you are the master, your mind is your slave.
And I do talk to my clients like that. We think the mind is us, but mind is not us. So you just observe. The mind is something that you need to control, take into control. Because, we do, as with the clients, we come across a lot of addictions. It could be just, the sweets. It could be the coke. It could be major things like cigarettes. We always have to consume. And so it is a lot of times they don't distinguish. They don't have the capability to distinguish between the mind and themselves.
Correct.
They think the mind is themselves. But mind is thoughts. The thoughts come from many things. Like it could be the experience of past, and then we think that is us, and then we act according to what it says. So here you basically make it as a die mind, which is then you become, like you said,
diamond.
She's a rare diamond in the sky. So that's what she says, right?
Yeah.
We become a diamond, like she wants us to become like her.
Yep.
And so I like that.
I really like the analogy that you gave. When the mind dies, then you become a diamond.
Yes. Well, yes.
Right? It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and that is so true.